All right, thanks for tuning in. We're going to continue this twin flame breakdown series. I didn't realize I was going to start this, but God has been having me watch a lot of Netflix and a lot of romantic features, and I've really just been inspired by, you know, kind of awakening to the twin flame dynamics that are alive in a lot of the romantic movies we watch, which makes sense. Part of my purpose here is just to show how normal twin flames really are. It's been around forever. It's such an innate part of who we are, seeking, you know, the wholeness of who we are as a being, your twin flame counterpart. Even though it's not called that, it's often referred to as soulmate, all these different things. This is one of our most primal drives. And it's why romantic comedies, romantic movies are so compelling because we know there's something real in it. That's the truth. We know there's something real in it. So nobody wants this. Really wonderful series. Typically if I make it through a whole series, I don't actually watch a lot of shows except for it's winter. Obviously, I'm watching a lot more now. So if I do, it's usually pretty compelling. And as we know, Kristen Bell and Adrien Brody both were nominated for Golden Globes for their performances. So, and it was, worthy nominations. They did a great job. It's a really good story. And so I want to give you the twin flame breakdown of, what are the twin flame dynamics that appear in this movie or series. And one of the most prevalent ones for me is the way your twin flame uh, shakes up your life in a good way. Shake up what is not real so that you can come more into your real self. Now, I don't think this series is totally finished yet, so there's more to discover about these characters. But as we start, Adrian is very embedded in his Jewish rabbi world, and Kristen Bell is, I already can't remember their names in the show because I actually finished it about a week ago. But anyways, Kristen Bell is very embedded in her very secular, agnostic, sex podcast world. And it seems like these two are two um, irreconcilable worlds. And that's how this show portrays it. But of course, sparks fly. And then a lot of the series is them negotiating who am I really? And I'll warn you, there probably will be spoilers here. So maybe if you want to watch the series first, or just be aware that there's some spoilers. But they both really come to a journey about who am I really? That's what your twin flame does. You know your true twin flame by them awakening and inviting you to be your truest and best self. Now, obviously false twin flames can do that up to a point, but they can't take you all the way to your harmonious union and perfect union with God because they weren't created to be that with you. But we see quite an evolution in these characters, and it's really fun to watch as Adrian, who seems just completely embedded in this life. We really see that his authentic self, it's what he was very much raised in. And a lot of it expresses who he is, but he's much more than this. And this is what Kristen reveals for him. I really wish I had their names, but it's all good. And same thing with Kristen. She's like, she thought she could never exist in a religious world. But we get to watch them explore their true identities and to watch Kristen's character explore Judaism very seriously and authentically. And here's the thing: this is how your twin flame is not about putting on a mask. That's what we do for non-twin flame relationships. We compromise ourselves and we say this is going to be good enough. But luckily, if it's going to be a true twin flame relationship, you never have to compromise. And these characters choose not to. There's temptations on both their parts. Well, maybe I should. There's kind of this dance. Maybe I should compromise here or compromise there. It never feels good. Maybe I should just be Jewish to make the relationship work. Well, that game is not going to fly with your twin flame. It's they were created with you at the beginning of your creation, in perfect union with you, and so they only know you by your most powerful, beautiful, truest, and most perfect self. So they're going to push you there. So Kristen is not, a character has to really explore authentically who am I, you know, uh, who am I, and Oh gosh, I just really wish I knew the characters' names, but it's all good. I'm in it now. Um, Noah and Joanne. I had to pause and figure out who these characters were because it was going to bug me. So Noah and Joanne. Um, you get to really see their evolution and transformation, beautifully portrayed in this, and comically portrayed. Then there's also the side characters, Sasha and Morgan. Um, Very similar dynamic going on, but also some more twin flame dynamics of where um, it's about the person that brings out your truest and most authentic self. And you can really see in Morgan, she is really, she's the wild sister, and she really is finding herself big time in this series. And as you see in the big false twin flame relationship she has, without giving too much away, she almost gets married and is really exploring like who am I really? And you can tell Sasha just really brings out her truest self. And that's what your twin flame does. So that's a really powerful dynamic in this series is your your twin flame is going to bring out your authentic self. And that's really shown here. And also another thing is the way it just um as part of that authentic journey is it's going to look different for everyone. Like a lot of people think I don't want my twin flame because it's going to ruffle my feathers of my life too much. And you do see that actually happening in this show. Uh, Noah's experiencing a lot of tension with his family, and because he doesn't fit in perfectly to the Jewish mold as his family defines it anymore, or his congregation defines it. And uh, Joanne no longer fits perfectly in the crass sex podcast, because now her stories are boring. And it's like, well, no one's happy with me now, which is why the title Nobody Wants This. And it can feel like that for some people on the twin flame journey because it really is a new phenomenon in the world, and that authentic expression does often break molds. And so it does kind of prepare you that, there's an element to the journey of being your authentic self might cause waves, and that's okay. And the people that love you truly will stay with you through those waves, those ups and downs. And if someone's not really, if someone doesn't actually end up vibing with your authentic self, it's okay to let that fall away. As we see Esther is starting to fall away from Sasha as he becomes more his authentic self, as he relates to who is portrayed, it seems to be portrayed as twin flame Morgan. Esther's realizing, you know what, I've just been kind of doing this because this is what I've been taught, but I don't actually, this isn't my person. And she has so much to learn and explore about herself, and that's okay. It's okay for, it's okay for people to grow, and it's okay for, as the journey shows, for relationships to evolve in your life, for relationships, to change as you come more into your authenticity and to not be attached to how your life looks, because really it's so much better to live in your truth, your authenticity, the fullness of who you are, and that's who your twin flame brings out. So I just wanted to discuss these amazing themes. Watch Nobody Wants This. If you want to explore themes of coming into your authentic self and how that how you can navigate your life transforming as you come into your authentic